I received a couple emails over the weekend about this page in Canvas 12.4 using Modis imagery in QGIS. So let's go through it really quickly. So first we're going to go over to this website, and we're just looking for any image that interests you. So you can see in the example I'm using the one from California, but today I think I'm going to look at this one about spring snow across the upper Midwest. So then there are two. So the instruction was click on that sort of mid-range, the moderate resolution. And then it says right-click to download a world file for GIS. So this is going to have that location data for us. So we're going to click over here. Click where it says download a world file. We'll go to save link as. You can see that it tells us that we're saving it as a JWG file. So let's go in here. Need a new folder. Call this. Like it says in the lab, we're just going to save that in here. Okay, and then it says in here, next, in the web page, right-click the image itself and save the image to the folder with the world file. They must be stored together and they must have the same name, so do not change their names. Okay. Right-click, save image as. I'm saving it to my example folder. This is the JPEG. It's got the same name as the other file. Okay, and then we can go into that folder and we'll see those two files, the JGW, the world file, and our JPEG. Okay. Now we got to open QGIS. So someone also asked me what version of QGIS I'm using. So you can see it here. It's a 3.4 Madeira long-term release. So if it's slightly different, yours shouldn't be too different. So we need a new project. Oh, and I've moved a toolbar. Alright, I have my toolbar back, and if you were ever looking for yours, you can go under View, Toolbars, and the one that disappeared for me was the Project Toolbar. Or it might have been... Well, anyway, you can always turn them on and off. Let's see if we can actually see the name of it. Manage Layers Toolbar, there we go. So, all right, back to our lab now that we're all organized. Okay, we'll go to add our raster data, which is this button here. And then we'll find that source data. So we'll go into our data set where I've been saving everything. We want our raster data set. So that is my JPEG. And click open. Okay. Or click add. Alright, so this is telling us we're selecting our coordinate system reference selector like it suggested in our Canvas page. If you receive a notice that it's undefined, it is defaulting WGS 84. That is okay, since these types of images are generally always WGS 84. So then we'll go OK. So we'll click OK. OK. Whoops. And add. OK. Oh, I've added it twice, so we can get rid of one of these. Remove layer. Okay, so we can see that we have added it. We can see Wisconsin and Michigan, and the snow that I was looking at. So then it asks you, let's close this. So then it asks you to use one of the two zipped shapefiles to assist you with the section. So what we're going to do is we are going to add either the world or the states shapefile, and we'll set them to transparent and display it together. So let's let those unzip. Go ahead and extract them. I'm just going to extract them into that example folder. You may put them somewhere else. They don't have to be in the same folder. For me, that's just to keep things organized so I can find them. Okie dokie smoky. Let's close this and close this. Excuse me, here we are at our QGIS window. We are going to add in those, sorry, Grace. Add in, we don't need to take anything else. We are going to add in our shapefiles. So we have to add in the shapefiles. They are on our desktop. So we are going to go under, or wherever you have your files saved. So mine are on my desktop in this examples folder. Here, so I can just click on add states, double click to add it. If you were doing one of the world maps or somewhere else besides in the US, you could use the world one if you wanted, and the method to change your symbologies would be the same. Okay, let's zoom back to our Modis image. All right, so let's get to changing our symbology. This is where I had a couple of questions too. So we're going to bring up our layer properties, and all I did was double click on the states here. And then it asks for you to set it to a transparent fill with just the outline. Move the image down below the vector data so all layers are visible. So our layer setup right now is okay. We have states up top and the image below it. So it wants it to be transparent or no fill. So if you click on, this doesn't really help us so much. What does? All right, so we're going to click on the simple fill, or on the fill tab. Okay, so we clicked on simple fill, and then we're clicking on this drop-down menu. And instead of having a color, we're going to go ahead and just click transparent fill. So we can see now our stroke or our outline color is this black. If you wanted to change it to a red or something, you could. Increase the size or the width of the line. If you wanted to make it a dotted line, you could. And then we can click apply and we'll see how that changes our map. So that is what we're looking for. So just a screenshot here, and then you'll be doing that brief description of the image you chose. So I hope that clears things up on what I'm looking for in this lab. I'll go through that again. You can always just rewind it, but we are up here in the single symbol, or in the symbology. I clicked on that simple fill. I changed the fill color, oops, not from there. I changed that fill color to that transparent fill. I left the I changed the stroke color. You can change it to whatever you want. If you want to, I changed the width. And then you apply, like I can change this again if we wanted to do a purple. And apply. Okay.